Hello everyone, it's another video by Legend, and we're going to be talking about the Desert Naga grind spot for you guys here today. I'm going to go over the outline here. I'm going to talk about, the grind spot a little bit first, then we're going to go over the requirements to grind the spot comfortably, then we're going to go over everything that affects your grind, then we're finally going to go over the rotations and actually how much you're going to be making per hour on average. First things first, what's good with Nagas? Nagas is in the desert, right on the edge of the desert where your horse actually stops working properly, and also the quest for your first camel is also here in Sand Grain Bazaar, as you guys see here on the map. Reason why Nagas is one of the best grind spots in the game is because the drops are actually really good here. They added Marnie stones to the area, and it gives you significantly more AP per hour, EXP per hour. It is insane here, so it's one of the most contested, one of the best grind spots in the game. So bring your A game. So we're gonna go over the requirements here. Off that note, 170 AP with accuracy, offhand, or Kudum. Do not use Nuva. I do not recommend Nuva unless you have like 270 AP. Then don't bother. I had just 170 AP with Kudum or accuracy offhand. If you do not have that much AP, you have a little bit lower, but you're rocking that Kudum, you'll be fine here. If you do not have that much AP, I highly recommend you picking up elixirs for Demi-Human Hunt anyways, but picking that up will help your damage significantly. Picking up the Fiercely Demi-Human Hunt elixir specifically will give you plus 15 extra damage to Nagas. Having at least 250 DP, due to the fact that you're going to be getting PK'd a lot. It's not actually because the mobs actually do that much damage. You could probably rock 200 DP, sorry, here and be perfectly fine. But you're gonna get into so many fights, you're gonna get PK'd a lot here. So just having at least 250 DP will get you out of most situations, essentially. Now we're gonna go over everything that affects your grind. Weight limit. Weight limit just affects any grind, but here, since that you have to kind of travel back and forth a little bit to your mount to drop off some of your stuff, just being in that grind spot stops it, also from people coming into it and taking it from you. This allows you to grind that spot more efficiently, do more rotations before you have to back and drop some stuff off. Just helps your efficiency and your per hour. Getting PK'd, like I was just explaining, the most contested spot in the game. You're going to get PK'd, you're going to get into a lot of fights. It's going to heavily affect your per hour. People are just trying to kill you. If you have to keep defending yourself, keep running away, keep doing whatever you have to do, it's going to heavily, even if you have to switch servers, you have all these guildmates coming around trying to fight you, it's going to hurt. It's going to definitely hurt. Your class, if you guys are thinking about it, if you guys are like, oh, I don't know if my class is good here, you'll be perfectly fine. Most classes can farm this spot perfectly. I mean, the density of the mobs here is so great, and the gap between each set of mobs is not that big, so it's not like you have to do some crazy traveling to get to each pack. It's very dense, very close together, so you'll have a perfect time. The more AoE your class has, the better off you'll be, but most classes farm this area perfectly fine. Marnie stones is going to be the biggest thing affecting your per hour. Reason being is that they cost about 110k per Marnie stone. That is for the higher grade of Marnie stone. The lower grade Marnie stone costs a little bit less, but nonetheless, that you're going to be buying a lot of them. At the end of the day, it's going to cut into your per hour relatively significantly. How much it's going to cut into per hour depends on how much you're buying. I'm not going to sit here and calculate that. It'd be pointless. Essentially, just keep an eye on that on your own. Kind of note there. Make sure that, if you want more money than EXP, then kind of cut back on how many Marnie stones you're buying, and vice versa. So if you want more EXP, then just buy more fucking Marnie stones. Who cares? But the drops is one of the last things that's going to affect your grind or your per hour, and that will affect it as much or more heavily than Marnie stones do. Why? Because Ceres drops here. Very few black stones drop here, but black magic crystals, the swiftness ones, especially the actually good grade, sell for a couple mil in the marketplace. Also, Rokuba gloves drop here, and scrolls drop here. Scrolls drop here like fucking wildfire. I get about 4 to 6 per hour. Kind of talk to you guys about that a little bit more when you're actually talking about the per hour grind, but scrolls drop here like fucking crazy, and they sell, if you do not keep your scrolls, they do sell for about 1.6 to 1.9 mil on the marketplace per scroll, so it's pretty fucking high, especially when you're getting 4 to 6 an hour. Hey, I mean, you're making bank off that. Essentially, that's really it when it comes down to stuff that affects your per hour. I kind of threw the list on the side here for you guys. You can see what drops you're actually getting and how much the Marnie Stones cost, and kind of just some other side notes and stuff here for you guys, so you can kind of get an idea of what you need to have or what's going to be happening to you essentially in the grind. Now we're going to actually go over one of the rotations I was actually able to record. I was only able to get you guys one. There's just a lot of people and PKing starting to happen, and it's just getting crazy. So I was actually able to get you guys one rotation. I'm not going to fast forward it. I want you guys to kind of just watch it through and through, so you kind of see. It kind of gets confusing when you're doing a rotation guide here because there's so many packs just everywhere. But once you do it a bunch of times, you'll clearly see it. It'll just be there. You'll just kind of flow through it really quickly and kind of go around, and you'll figure out that you have a nice rotation for yourself. Now, gonna kind of just show that for you guys. I'll see you guys on the other side, and we'll continue talking about the per hour.
Let me see what I got, come around to my block. I'ma show you that it's really my spot. Hey, push him in the mosh pit, bitch, I'm about to hop in. Told you that I really get it poppin'. Beast mode, about to get ripped. Got a freak ass flow for a beat like this, okay? Beat all over my fist, my wrist so sweet from a bitch, got nut on her lip. I get bread from my songs, yeah. What type of shit are you on? What? I got my chicken Dijon, yeah. I ain't been flipping at all. What? This shit goes out to my dogs in the middle of winter, we still in the song, yeah. Nobody wanted with trippy, you're rapping and know he's the captain, don't ask for the ball. Ball hard, looking like a son of y'all hard. White boy, but jumping up and dunking on y'all. No ball, baby, but they loving my jaw, cause I'm working with the dogs in a pound full of. This ain't the first or the last line. We tryna crash in the past. I'm feeling so fat, but I'm flat. Like, baby, you caught me at bad times. Yo, what's up, party people?
This is Trippy the Kid in the building.
You got that right.
2018 is my fucking year. I said it for 5 years. This year, this is it. Boom. I'm blowing up, and another one bites the dust. Yo, I'm blowing up, and another one bites the dust. It's okay. Another one bites the dust. Okay. Blowing up, and another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Okay. Yeah, another one bites the dust.
I'm sick of riding on that crump, popping methadone. 20 bitches in my home, fuck a drug-free zone. Stunting in the parking lot, flexing on these hoes. Got my Nikes out the window, blowing on a couple O's. Baby bottles by the thousand, goons in public housing, knucking and bucking, I'm cocking and popping. Body stay dropping and bullets keep shouting. Out of bag with the dope, gone up in my veins, suicide, I take mine. Don't make me make a stain, ho. 4 holes in my fucking forehead, little bitch, call me muck, cause I'm half full back.
Okay, we are back. Now we're going to talk about the actual things we got from this per hour grind. First things first, we got 2,994 fragments from the actual Nagas, little things that they drop. We got 3 mil for that. We only got 1 scroll this time around, so that really hurt our per hour grind. So we only got 1.9 mil for that. Black Swift Magic Crystals, we got 3.5 mil for one of those. We actually got a Traveler's Map. We had 2 Rokoba Gloves, and we got 1 Armor Blackstone for 210k. There are little things that do drop, from the Scorpions and from other things, but they're so minute, they don't even add up to 10k, so I didn't bother putting them into this video or into this list here, so just don't worry about those. It's extremely minute. The pocket change, beyond pocket change. Essentially, you're going to be making about 7.7 mil here. This is before the tax from the marketplace, and I did not also factor in the value pack. Why? Because if you end up actually keeping some of these items, you can actually keep the value of it. We can explain that a little bit for you guys. So essentially, if you're going to keep the scroll, keep the crystal, keep the Traveler's Map, keep the gloves, the Blackstone, and just only sell the Nagas, then you made 7.7 mil exactly here. Now, if you were to sell some of these things on the marketplace, then your per hour actually go down a little bit because of the tax on the marketplace. So you'd make about roughly about 6 mil, 6.9 mil here, due with all this tax. So that actually does matter. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just ask in the comments below. I'll explain it more in depth. But essentially, that's really it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, throw in the comments below. Ask me on Instagram, ask me on Reddit. And I hope you guys have a happy grinding session. Take it easy.